That's it, guys and girls and boys. The job is done. 300 pages for my amazing book. 300 pages. It's the real deal. It's the raw material, but it's the real deal. 300 pages over 8 months. I'm going to start off from the beginning, and then I'm going to read to you the last page. This is how I start off the book. Again, it's just the raw material. Might be changes when we get there. This is the raw material. As I begin to write this book, I wanted to dedicate a couple of lines to express my heartfelt connection and longing to be reunited with my oldest son, whom I will keep anonymous, together with the rest of my other children. I also want to thank my children's mother for having and carrying and caring for my 5 precious children. And I want to thank her family members for being there for her. I want to thank my amazing parents and siblings who stood by me through thick and thin. I also want to thank the amazing friends I have who stood at my side through pleasant times and through not such pleasant times. To all of you I say thank you. You have taught me so much, whilst I hope I have taught you a fair share along the way. My life so far has been an extraordinary one, and as a result of the primary principles which have yielded me through my trying times, I feel obliged and endeavored to say thank you to God for guarding me and guiding me, shielding me and comforting me. The main principle which gave me the most comfort and guidance, insight and direction has been the godly concept of forgiveness, which is what I based my life on. And this includes self-forgiveness, unwavering self-forgiveness. For through self-forgiveness, true self-forgiveness, I've been able to hence go on to forgive others. And I see my life flow in what I would only consider to be, and I'm sure you would too, nothing short of a miracle. That's page number 1. And now let's skip to page number 300. This is a long skip. Page number 300. You ready? Okay, let's get to page number 300. The last page, which is actually on Monday morning. I have to start a little before the last page because middle of a sentence. Okay. There is so much denial and resistance around the fact. Why do we deny it? Now, I'm talking here about the fact that victimhood accumulates denial and ingenuity and dishonesty. Why do we deny it? Why do we class people in categories of evil and good, righteous and wicked, unkind and kind, mean and graceful, cruel and compassionate? Does it actually serve anyone? Who gains from blaming others? What does anyone gain from ignoring another person's entire history by labeling them with a label based on their behavior, which they only get a glimpse of? My former wife did the best she could given the circumstances she was dealt with. It is only since I began studying the topic of gratitude that I started realizing how many times I failed to realize what this person did for me over the years. And when she fought against me in court, it was her applying herself to the best of her ability. Make no mistake, she was relentless until the last minute. Whilst I showed her compassion, the judge, the court officer, all tried to get her to reciprocate. Lady, you got exactly what you wanted. You got your desire, permanent alienation, with no accountability. Perhaps now show some kind of compassion? She couldn't, because she was a person who stood by her principles. She was willing to die for her principles. I wasn't, and that was evidently clear. Was the court officer as principled? No, not at all. When she was made aware that I was ready to throw in the towel, she started showering me with praise and admiration. She even went as far as to try to condone my ex's unkind response, not realizing that in the process, she proved to all the parties involved that she was only pursuing selfish pursuits. She could care less for my children, despite her claim to the contrary, all along. Do I blame her? No, it was a person I saw, a person with a history I wasn't fully aware of. Whilst it can be argued that it was a job she was doing, I beg to differ. This person was very committed to her work. She went far and beyond what was required for her to do. The fact that she caved in the end had only to do with her lack of truth. She was not genuine. Her lack of genuinity was something I shared at the time. But I have changed since. My life has taken on a new turn, which I'm very proud of, and I'm proud of where I'm going. That is the last page in the book. I don't know how I did this. Guys and girls, I don't know how I did this. And if you think I didn't cry or I didn't want to stop in the middle, you could think again. It took a lot of effort. This is effort. It takes a lot of effort to commit yourself to writing a life story and to putting it out there to the world. It takes a lot of effort, commitment, determination, fearlessness. How did I do it? How? There's a master inside of me, and there's a master inside of you. And the world deserves to hear from your master. As we know, it says in the Bible, the beginning of the Bible, and he created man in his own image. He created man in his own image. Anybody who was created in God's image has godly powers within them. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. We live in this world, and deterrents come up. Deterrents which try to thwart us at every step. Make no mistake about it. I face those deterrents because we live in this world. We live on this earthly realm. And many people are stuck in their ego. They're trapped by their ego. They're literally trapped by their ego and by the ego of others. And because of it, they can't reach heights. They have fears. If you remove fear, which effectively stands for false experience appearing as reality, if you remove fear, what do you get? You get faith. And what does faith stand for? Far above inner thoughts hindered. I just made that one up. You go far above when you go into faith. Faith is the opposite of fear. Faith is the opposite of doubt, of trepidation. That's what did it. Faith. You might be wondering by now, that's great. Good to hear that. But Jessica, what's going on here? The beginning of the book and at the end of the book, you're thanking your ex-wife. What is that all about? What for? Who gains by that? And you could follow on and ask another question. Do you do that? Do you do that throughout the whole book, Jessica? Just thank this person who removed your children from you? Great question. Good question. And when my book ended, you have no idea how many times I was like, Jessica, just put in the next page. Just say that her principles were not the greatest principles. Just say that. I said, no. It's 300 pages. God guided my hand. And I go along with God in my life. Wherever that takes me. Wherever that takes me, I'm fine by it. Jessica, come on. How can you thank this person? Where would I be today if I wasn't mistreated? Do not bring any kind of test or tribulation in front of me. God, please don't give me a test again. I don't want any more tests. But where would I be today if I hadn't been tested and tried? Where would I be today if the person I lived with for 14 years hadn't told me that she prays for me to die? Where would I be today? How would I have found myself? How could you find yourself when you're not pushed and shoved into a corner? I'm grateful for everything God has done for me. And my book, don't worry, my book, I try my best to be positive and to give my ex-partner the benefit of the doubt, but there are times when I really can't do that. It's impossible. I'm a human being. But by giving someone else the benefit of the doubt, you give yourself the benefit of the doubt. As we say in Hebrew, hakol revach. Everyone gains from it. That's the answer to that question. Why didn't I add in just one last sentence at the end of the book? Just say, okay, those principles are not principles. It's not my business to define somebody else's principles, to interpret them. It's just not my business. The fact is that there's something to learn from this person. This individual was relentless, persistent. Do you know how much you can learn from somebody who is persistent and relentless? Learn from everybody. I say this to people, learn wherever you could pick up lessons, take those lessons and learn from them. Don't go and live with somebody who's unpleasant and unkind. Protect your boundaries, be careful. 100% I say. But if you live for many years in a situation which was perilous, and you picked up certain lessons from it, value those lessons. Don't throw them out in the garbage pail. Why would you throw them out in the garbage pail? Those are not principles I live by. No, those are not principles I would stand by. I have different principles, which I'm hoping to manifest and mature. But somebody who taught me principles, somebody who taught me about persistence, relentless persistence, why did I throw that out in the garbage pail? That's the message today. If you enjoyed today's video, I look forward to seeing your amazing comments in the comment section down below. What do you think about my book? Are you as excited as I am? Actually, you're probably a little less excited than I am. It's exciting. Look, it's hard work. And I really believe I have what to teach the world. And somebody asked me, so how's your book coming along? What are you doing now? I'm like, I'm thinking about my next book already. That's me. I love writing. It's always been something which I loved. I love writing. I love sharing my thoughts and helping them mature and really getting out my ideas. And I love helping people too. I love serving others. It's always been my passion. I love serving others. I love being kind. My nature is kindness and grace. That's my message today. I look forward to your amazing comments in the comment section down below. I look forward to your feedback, great insights. Why not share them with me down below? And for the amazing new subscribers who have come aboard in the last week, we had 3 of them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will not disappoint you. I share great insights, great ideas every Thursday. And sometimes I throw in a bonus the next day, whenever throughout the week. So that's my message today. I look forward to your amazing comments, thoughts, insights, and feedback. And thanks so much to Mike and Beth and Michael and many others who have shared their great insights, great feedback in the past. Thank you. I'm humbled. Have a great weekend. Have a great Shabbat. I love you.